Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I am David Streggy here with you with another review from 2018, directed by Andrew Jones, which, if you know me, I write for a blog called Movies Galore of Milwaukee. I am the man behind the curtain, and I have reviewed many of this man's films, as well as there is an interview um, of this director um, up on Podcast Garden. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go ahead and do so. But in the wake of Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom comes a dinosaur predator film called Jurrasic Predator, which came out with two other films at the same time that were low and independently budgeted. And but here's the thing: there's a difference. Andrew Jones works with a lot of actors that are really, really good. And one of them just so happens to be Lee Bain, which is a returning actor from many of his previous films, which he has done Cabin 28. He's done The Haunting of, see, Haunting of the Rectory, which has to do with Borley Rectory. And Werewolves of the Third Reich, which was a relatively decent werewolf film that I believe. And basically the Robert the Doll series, which kind of somewhat pays tribute to the Puppet Master series. So in Jurassic Predator, we of course have Lee Bain as like this this man for hire kind of guy, where we have a stick up in the very beginning. A man is holding up a coffee shop, and the guy holding up the coffee shop holds one of the girls hostage, and he's all jittery and all that jazz, and he walks up to him and quietly talks to him, and says, you know, well, I haven't really even threatened you yet. If you were going to kill this woman, you would have already. Now, if you're going to threaten someone, this is how you threaten someone. So already he sets the stage for the film. Now, unbeknownst to him, there is a government project that has happened where there's this like super dinosaur, and the super dinosaur escapes and starts killing a few people in the military facility that he has been kept, and somehow Lee Bain's character gets pulled in by the military man, and he calls upon his ragtag group of what I would consider almost like a team kind of guys, where we have Lee Mark Jones playing Rankin, Jason Homewood as Redgrave, and we also have David Linden and Darren Swain playing Exley and Whittaker. Which these guys are some of these guys are a group of fighters that evidently are street fighters, and one guy, Lee Mark Jones, seems to be like the practical joker of the group. But one thing I got to say is that okay, in the review before this one, I kind of lied. Lee Mark Jones did not play in the Jurassic Dead. He actually played in Jurrasic Predator. I said that just so that I could see if anyone was paying attention to what movie. And this was one of the movies that came out around the same time as Jurassic Dead came out on Wild Eye Entertainment. So ultimately, we have this group being hired to go and take down this T-Rex predator that evidently has escaped. The only thing is, nothing seems to kill it. At the same time, there is a horror movie being filmed, and so there are a few characters that get involved in that from that horror film. But ultimately, it seems like the whole group is expendable, and that's what they end up finding out. And in the end, the military gets theirs. Now, I'm going to say something about the dinosaur itself. Now, yes, it did look relatively fake, but I actually think that it did look aggressive, especially with the dripping down of the teeth. And there were a few moments where it was like you could see exactly what the dinosaur was seeing, and that is what I liked. I liked the character atmosphere of the men between Hawkins and Rankin and Stahl and Exley and Whittaker. I enjoyed the camaraderie that they seemed to have, even though they seemed to be picked off one by one as the film went on. And it ended up being Rankin and Hawkins in the end. So I thought that the film did end slightly short, but you know what? For a creature film that has to do with a predator that is a dinosaur, I thought that he did rather well with the creature effects. I don't think Roger Corman could have done it any better with his Carnosaurus films, which I believe were slightly similar to this. So I liked this film, and I've liked every film that Andrew Jones has directed, so because he at least attempts to, on his low budget, make the film look rather real and work on some of the storyline, which is what I think that he's good at, and he's very good at coming out with films that are very in with the times. I mean, there are a lot of filmmakers that do make films that are similar to other bigger films that are coming out, and Asylum does that a lot. But I believe that Andrew Jones is a connoisseur of making films that are similar to bigger budgeted films, and he's a master at his craft, I believe. So ultimately, if you enjoy how I describe this film and enjoy creature films like I do, then you should check this film out for your own self. I think that Andrew Jones is one of the better directors from the UK, at least in this area of expertise. So yeah, definitely check his film out. And if you have seen the film, comment below what your thoughts were on the film, and whether you think that this film was decently done as well. So I will definitely have more films to review for you in the future. So definitely keep a lookout for all of my future reviews. I do some past, some present. I do have this film in physical form. I just think I stuck it away somewhere. So eventually down the road, I will definitely uh, maybe in the very beginning of another review, I'll say, "Hey, I finally found where I stuck this." Um, on a side note, about 2 weeks 2 weeks ago, I actually got since I had produced Wrestle Massacre. I'm one of the producers behind it. I got my copy, so I figured since I've reviewed it before, I figured I'd show what it looks like, and hopefully you enjoy films of this nature. So definitely check that out as well. Check out my review on that, and um, thanks for listening. I will definitely have some more uh, cool reviews out on this channel for you. So hopefully you enjoy how I describe things, and I'll see you next time.